2 seconds left. It's going to come down.
Favor making a third as he looks up. Making up, finds the draw three. Stunning here from
Good evening, everybody. I took a long break after that one. Hope you all used it properly. I know I did. So, getting to the final game of the night, Benny. Final game. What game is it?
Last game.
One more.
One last game to end it out, and we're gonna fall two teams who are on the red edge, on the crisp of making that top 16 into that closed qualifier. Actually, yeah, closed qualifier. So it's gonna be Achieve versus Phantom Gaming, and they're looking to try and make their way through that top 16, make their way into the next stage or next phase of this qualifier.
And exactly as Benny said, reason we're seeing this game, both teams are just on the edge. Whoever wins this makes it in. Whoever loses is knocked out. On top of that, I don't believe either of these teams have been shown on stream previously. I don't know about Achieve, but I'm pretty sure Phantom Gaming hasn't. But Achieve has some familiar names on it that you might recognize. We got Twizzler, who was on Smoke Break a while ago. TPA as well, also with him on that team. Draken, who I've never actually casted him, but I've just seen him around the team on Twitter a couple times. But on Phantom, I don't know three of these players, but I have not casted Trist and Giorno since I was in ESA. Long time ago.
ESA, yo, that's a long time ago.
I have not casted Trist and Giorno maybe a year and 3 months since I casted them. It's been a long time.
And they're still
kicking.
grinding it out.
Yeah. But as we said, Achieve and Phantom Gaming. Right now, Phantom Gaming is in the lead, but both teams leave 3-4 at the moment. Just to check and make sure. Gonna verify my information. Yes, both teams are 3-4. And if Achieve win, they will leapfrog Phantom Gaming, make it into the top 16. Phantom Gaming, or if they lose, you're stuck down there. So right now it's Phantom Gaming with the burden on their shoulders. So if they win, they keep their spot. Map we're going to is it's Clubhouse. Game we started on, map we ended on.
Once again. Start the day, end the day in Clubhouse, and we'll see how it goes. Achieve on defense first, and let's see if the teams can show us anything crazy from their Clubhouse. So what team has a better Clubhouse in general, really? Because earlier today we saw Clubhouse, but it was kind of a one-sided affair.
Yeah, it was not the best. It was a little bit of a one-sided game for Shadow Realm. Outlast didn't exactly have the best show of it, especially for a CL team who has done pretty well. Remember, 4/5 of that team beat Wichita Wolves on that map.
They also lost 7-0 to KCP.
Yeah, but that was like 2 months prior to the game I'm talking about.
I guess so, but
mine's more applicable.
I guess so, yeah. I don't know. Outlast has always been a team to me that just goes up and down, up and down. 1 minute they're crazy, next second they're at the bottom of the board. It's like, what is going on?
It was it's always been difficult to cast that team, but these teams, as I said, I'm a little bit excited because I've not casted, as I said, some members of Phantom Gaming in quite a long time. And again, to end it up, whoever wins makes it in, whoever loses is out. So, pretty big stakes going into this. Of course, there is qualifier number 2. If they lose here, they still have that second qualifier a week from now that they can try their attempt in. But you got to feel a lot better going into close tomorrow than, if you're just sitting. You have a free day, but chance of making SCS are a little bit slimmer. You end up losing this game. And on Clubhouse as well, Benny, we mentioned earlier how just familiar and comfortable a map this is for most teams in theory. Should be a similar story here. But as we saw with the Outlast game, appearances, in theory, is sometimes deceiving.
Yeah, you'd expect it because it is, as I said before, the oldest map in the pool. So you expect all the teams to know how to play Clubhouse to some extent. Maybe not the most creative with it, but at least know how to do the default strats or know how to defend sites on a basic level, as we talked about before. So I'm hoping to see these teams at least do the basics, show us that they can play Siege on a competitive level, and show us that they can dot their I's, cross their T's, and know what they're doing. We'll see what first banning out what the band's going to be. Is it going to be the same old, same old?
You say you want to see the basics. Game previously was lacking that in some aspects, so bar is very low right now. If you see the basics, I'll be happy.
They really lost the word Siege in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. It's a Thatcher ban coming out first, so we are hitting the low bar right now, getting that ban out of the way with. Likely a hard breach ban, I would guess, followed up by Phantom Gaming. It's stuck to this format throughout the day, so I imagine we'll see a Hibana ban come out here.
Yep.
Yes, we will. Only time I think we didn't see the Thatcher hard reach combo was in the second game where Gusick banned Zofia.
Yep.
But beyond that, Benny, another tradition, Valkyrie ban. We see it here as well.
The mirror maybe might change, but the Valkyrie should always be the same. We've seen Valkyrie how powerful she can be in the right hands. And I just say that there it is. Valkyrie's banned out. Will they ban mirror though? Will they ban maybe Wamai, maybe a Jaeger, maybe something else that's crazy? I'm assuming it's going to be mirror though, if these teams are just kind of sticking to the basics.
Maybe. And yep, there it is. So, Thatcher, Hibana, Valk, Mira. Was this actually... I think this was the exact same ban phase as our first match as well, so...
This is the same exact one as the first game today. Same exact ban phase.
Funny how things turn out. Maybe this will be a 7-3 for... Who started it? What side did Shadow Realm start again, Benny?
I think Shadow Realm started on... They started on defense, didn't? No, they started on defense. Because remember they had this crazy, the crazy bar stage defense to start us off.
I actually can't believe I somehow forgot that. You're right. We did start out on bar stage. Hell of a game that was. That was actually a good game. I actually enjoyed watching that. Here, though, surprise, surprise, we are, in fact, not starting out on bar stage. Instead, we're going all the way down to basement to start out. Usually the first site for a lot of these teams. Benny, it's a little bit of a different setup. Wow. Got an alibi on the board. The only time I've seen an alibi on a basement defense was Parabellum, but they would bring alibis. I guess that's true as well. I did forget about that. But mainly, even with Gotcha, it's been Parabellum, but they would bring her for the shield, and I imagine Gotcha did as well.
Yeah, usually.
And we also have a Legion.
There's no
Thunderbird.
Shields.
There are no shields. In fact, there are 6 impacts, though, so if there's any semblance of a strat, it'll likely be that one, but most of the impacts are actually being used to set up a roam. Thought they might be going for a heavy impact trick below the kitchen hatch, but they still could. It's now half as likely or powerful.
Now it's not really likely anymore with only 2 impacts on the board. And it's interesting. Usually we see the roam upstairs followed by the anti-intel, the denial, being able to bring the vigil, the mozzie, the mute to make it difficult to draw out your plays upstairs. So it's not difficult, so it is difficult for you to get pinched out as a defender that roaming, but there is only a mozzie. So it shouldn't be hard for Phantom Gaming to draw out these members, though there is quite a few of them. They ping out one member on the far side, maybe by red stairs, maybe by storage. Now for the moment, the question is going to be who's Riot benches?
That's a good question. Probably Riot.
No, it's not TPA. Oh, it is Riot. Yeah, right. His first name's Riot, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's just like Riot added a couple suffixes to his name. TPA. TPA is the first one to be taken down. On the Mozzie, roaming around. Fortunately taken off the board. Pretty much a free kill for Phantom Gaming because there's not much pressure being played by, or being put forth by a Chief going into this. They do still have some players up top. Traken, and I believe, Riot as well, both on that top floor. But if they want to try to get aggressive and take that man count back, they're going to have to put themselves in some unsavory situations that'll be very risky for them to try to come through with. And, well, Riot is not able to rotate back because he was kind of stuck inside a master bedroom with that jacuzzi wall open. Traken manages to cross, but his teammate was not so lucky just a little bit prior.
Ooh, Triss could have cut him off, but not too far in the angle. He's going to try to cut off the Legion of Twizzler, but they're going to go down, and Triss is going to follow behind, not using that skeleton key much, and actually once come back, Twizzler comes back to get the kill. Good. Takes out Triss. There goes some of your soft bridge, actually all of your soft bridge, because you don't have a sledge either. It's just the buck, so you really can't open up that floor. But at least Phantom Gaming have the man advantage going into the execute, but they still have to open up those floors, open up those walls, open those hatches. I think some of them are already open for them to go off of, but it looks like they're trying to open up that kitchen hatch. So there's quite a bit to Phantom Gaming. Are they going to go for blue with this time remaining? Are they going to go for dirt, or are they just going to go straight for that, that church wall, maybe into Moto?
Well, there are a lot of options for them right now. They've opened up that hatch. They can make their way through dirt. They have the time to make some plays. Still see some soft destruction for the Zofia as well. A Gumine also popped. Was that inside of... No, that was on main stairs. I couldn't tell if that was on Moto, if it was on main, but it is on main. So they are aware that somebody's likely pressuring from that position, but I imagine a Chief can tell based on the fact that kitchen hatch is open, the Gumine on main stairs, and soft destruction being played in kitchen. This is going to be a main stairs kitchen hatch take, and just waiting for the shoe to drop. or in this case, the attackers, to drop down through the hatch and also run in through main stairs. They don't have any hard breaching capabilities to efficiently open that wall. Giorno has some Maverick ports left, but with 20 seconds left, you're not going to get that close to open up a hole unless you kind of want to throw your attack away. And for right now, it's a 3v4. This is still going Achieve's way. Well, I say that, I didn't know Giorno was pushing dirt. That has swung things dramatically in their favor. A 2v4, not just that. Twizzler manages to swing out, find one, but it's still Phantom Gaming to retain the lead. Giorno with the 3K, give them their first round.
Good job to Phantom Gaming. And yeah, again, having that room upstairs and not having the denial to deny intel, there wasn't a lot of aggression from that room either. It just kind of let Phantom Gaming walk in, gain intel they need, work together, and deal with those roamers, push back the rest of them back to site, have the man advantage and execute, open up the floor, because there's nothing, they didn't have any impacts to try and deal with it or stop the kitchen hatch being opened up. There wasn't really any denial when it comes to denying the plant. There was one C4 in the hands of Twizzler. It was not Twizzler, it was Traken. Traken had a C4 in hand, but they were playing blue, not in a position to really throw the C4 and deny the plants. There was a member playing by the gun rack, playing by AK, try and stop the drop. But again, they didn't have any intel on dirt. They didn't have any, goo mines or banshees inside of dirt. So that allowed for Jono just to walk into dirt, get an angle on the person AK, deny that from happening, and they had the angles they needed, drop down, get the plant down, and make it a post-plant first situation for those last two defenders. I think it's actually one defender for that point anyway. And they just had to try and come back and try and take control of it, really. So unfortunately, Achieve's, strat there, I'm not sure really what the intent was.
Try and parse and figure out what the intent is here, because I think we can certainly see one right now, Benny. See an extension into cache, a shield placed at the cache doorway, and part of the wall opened up to look in the CCTV. Certainly not a defensive strategy that I have seen recently, if ever. Not too sure. So it's kind of like they could do like a little bit of a half of a con hold if they wanted, though there's no shield inside of there either. A little bit of a... Yeah, it's kind of the issue right now, is because it's kind of half of a construction hold, but half of a CC hold, but not really the best parts of either, because the attack can make a lot of headway into CCTV to destroy that shield, and also on top of that, the player's kind of screwed depending on how quickly the attack can test into construction as well.
Oh, and Twizzler's taking a lot of shots from that server window. Well. Yeah, so they have some shields and semblance, but there's not really a lot to really stop being exploded besides the ADSs.
Yeah.
And then depending how they do it, they can cut you off and they can force you to go down red. And if someone's playing down a swamp below, they could easily cut you off. It definitely seems like there's a lot of half here and there. Traken with the first kill with that DMR though, great shot onto Giorno. I wonder if that was from walking out one of the doors of strip club, really.
I think it might have been. We heard, I believe, the Maverick. Yep, you can see the punch holes made inside of the strip wall. Maverick was upstairs trying to open up that jacuzzi wall, which I do believe he actually did manage to open up just a little bit before Traken took him down. So that is pretty big, actually, going in the course of the round. Because if Traken was just a little bit sooner, jacuzzi wall basically would have been stuck shut. And Capanavis, or Kappa, I don't know, man. Cap, I'm going to call him Cap.
Just call it Cap.
Yeah. Could have used the exothermic, or would have had to use the exothermic to open up that wall. Would have had to rotate on over. He's currently at plat wall, because he opened up, well, the plat wall. But so far, despite the fact that Benny and I have been a little bit critical of Achieve's setup, Phantom Gaming have actually not made that much headway in. But right as I say that, they'll open up the con wall and start to put pressure inside of the eastern side of the map.
I think there was a person in con. Looks like they threw maybe I don't know what, I thought something saw thrown there. Maybe I was wrong, but looks like one was person in con. They backed off for the moment. They still have logic control though, and time is starting to dwindle here for the attack of Phantom Gaming. They can make that con push into logic and start pushing out those players, and even in the mainstay player as well. That could be big for Phantom Gaming. But again, they gotta start pushing in. They can't keep waiting outside on the balcony, waiting by the side. Looks like maybe they're going to jacuzzi. Maybe trying to rotate towards a main push through jacuzzi onto these players. Just because you have one player inside of Jim who's playing behind the bomb chassis. If you take control of jacuzzi, you could push him up. But again, there's not a lot of holes here. It's like a small hole to push through, but not actually a lot of viewpoints to push through.
And that is the benefit of managing to take down Giorno. That hole is very sloppily made. And it's, honestly, I don't think he can reach through. Yeah, you can see they have to shoot open part of that hole to even make their way on in. And it looks like TPA has not been read inside of this corner. Right as it happens, he's not the one that takes down the Thermite, but he does take down Vinny, who is playing at Zofia. Now 2 members lost on the entry. A 4th body falls as well in the round. It's just Triss left on Metal Balk. Diffuser dropped inside of the defense's core setup. It's looking like Achieve's first round on the board. Traken tries to go for something, but it was a lost round no matter what happened at that point. Achieve, again, they do even up 1-1.
Yeah, I kind of agree. That was a big issue, was not having that full jacuzzi wall open. And even though they're able to push out those defenders from the cache extension, they didn't make any progress past construction. They opened up a construction wall, they have an angle into sight, and they stop there. They then rotate over to try and take control of that jacuzzi part and push right in because time was running out. And really, they had no clue that TPA was just sitting inside of Jim. Maybe they had some headway. Maybe they knew he was there. I know the thermite looked his way, but they didn't really fire it. It wasn't even the thermite. The thermite didn't killed by TPA. It was actually Twizzler elsewhere with the SMG-11 to help out his teammate. And then he gets the kill onto the Zofia, who was looking the other way. So it just seems like maybe there was lack of intel and a lack of control there for the side of Phantom Gaming.
Also, maybe it was because they lost Journo early on, but not setting Twist down below on that buck, closed off a lot of their options. But overall, it was a good round by Achieve. Through and through. You were a bit hesitant about their setup, but they got the frags where they needed to, so in the end, whether or not it was a good setup, didn't really matter once you get that man advantage, and you kind of stopped Phantom Gaming's push on through. They'll go back down to basement to try this one again. Big issue here, Benny. Big issue here. Was, ironically enough, that roam. Whereas in the previous round, there wasn't much of one. They kind of extended, but they all started to rotate back. Here, there really was no hold on to the site because so many roamers died early on. We lost both. I believe it was Riot and was it Twizzler as well? I can't remember.
No,
it wasn't Twizzler.
Remember. Oh no, it's TPA. TPA got killed by Vinny.
TPA, that's who it was, because he was the Mozzie, yeah. Lost two roamers early on before they could rotate back. The Thunderbird and I believe the Legion as well did eventually manage to work their way down main stairs, but so much of your manpower was damaged and couldn't rotate back that when it came to executing onto the site, Phantom Gaming had a lot of options for what they could do. Solo pushing through dirt also did that as well. Right now, Achieve going for the same setup, theoretically. Phantom should be able to read into it quite well.
Definitely exactly the same. So really, they're bringing only a Mozzie for that intel denial. So it's not hard for Phantom Gaming to just start drawing out these players, working together to push them out of the position. Now, the question is Achieve Gaming going to back off earlier? Because like you said, having those two players die early on makes it so difficult to hold on to Church or Arsenal with only 3 players. So at this point, yeah, the rest of actually there's 3 players upstairs actually. Wow, there's a large roam. And oh my god, Buzz jumps out the window, not aware of TPA, right at the construction window. Down goes Buzz, there goes Gianna, and there's a great start for Achieve compared to the round before when he played this.
Good kill to start things out. We talked a lot when Hypers is playing the role about how devastating it can be when you lose your Gianna, one of your key entries as well. All right, Giorno just desperately trying to get, I believe, the hard reach now on that plot wall, not even caring about the alibi clone in front of him. Understandable. Couldn't tell what it is, and he didn't get it off. All right, well, that's just unlucky. All right. C4 also sent out of the gym window. Will only do a little bit of damage to him. He's forced to send out a nade and spots the alibi just walking through gym. Neither fire shots at each other. Right now he's watching the left side, or the right side, and it's the left side the Riot peeks from. First time, Phantom Gaming went up 5-3. This time around, shoes on the other foot.
Yeah, a lot more concentrated roam from the side of Achieve Esports, and Phantom Gaming walk straight into it, and they're not able to really decipher these players despite there not being a lot of anti-denial or anti-intel or intel denial. There's only the Mozzie. They're not able to figure out what these players are, and they're peeking into them left and right. Like the fact that Buzz was by himself, and they get Traken unaware. They're not aware of Traken's presence. He walks through. It's actually Riot to get the kill, but that's a pincer by the defense. So again, the intel is lacking here from the attack. Morocco gets a kill with a impact. Vinny gets a kill of his own, but Twizzler finishes them off with a C4, and it's Achieve as he's supposed to get another round win for them.
That was a lot stronger. Much better of a round coming off the defense, and I think in part it was, as you said, the roam working out a lot better. Now, was it exactly the strengths of the roam creating opportunities for themselves, or was it Phantom Gaming giving themselves up a little bit? That part's up for debate. I think especially the kill that we saw Riot get onto Giorno on gym balcony. There's a situation where Giorno was watching the wall get open. He was watching that right side, but he was really giving himself up to Riot if he peeked that left or peeked the other side, which Riot ended up doing, and Giorno simply did not react. It was a case where the roam certainly succeeded, but it seemed more in part that Phantom Gaming were giving themselves or exposing themselves to the positions that Achieve are playing, as opposed to Achieve, truly creating opportunities for themselves. But they did see opportunities, and they took them. That is a skill and a bonus in and of itself. They took that, they ran with it, they won the round off of it, because Phantom Gaming never even came nearly as close to the site as they did previously.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot of chances, especially like that first kill with the Buzz. Buzz is just kind of by himself, jumping out the window, unaware of there's 2 players in construction, so. I would definitely feel like, in my opinion, it seemed like more of us, more Phantom Gaming, just not aware, Intel not aware. But we're going to CCTV cache for our next site, and it looks like we'll see what Cheap Esports does here on this site, how they're gonna defend it. Seems to be the same old, nothing too crazy. Maybe there's an extension towards that. Actually, it looks like there's an extension towards that master bedroom side. They fully opened up that construction wall and they actually reinforced bathroom. So there's a lot more intel stopping a split push here for Achieve.
Yeah, but sometimes we see the big problem with master bedroom extensions on CCTV is that CCTV is a site where there are a lot of positions around the site that you need to have control of, garage being one of them, which they do have somebody there. That leaves that Traken is really the only one to actually do anything. If Phantom Gaming read into this and they're able to open up the wall, which at this rate it appears that despite the fact he's going for the entire wall, bit of an odd choice, but I like an overachiever. If they read into that, and if they're able to clear out Traken from garage pretty quickly, they could be able to rush in before any of the defense can rotate back.
Yeah, this could be the same case as that dreaded KCP strat, but we'll see how they go and see if Twizzler can stay alive on this rafters by himself. I don't know what other teammates with him to try and help him if something happens. No one from the side of Ichigo seems to be playing Swamp or playing inside of Lounge, so it doesn't seem like anybody below is in a position to help him if he gets played out. And there's already 2 open holes in garage. They've already opened up. It looks like they opened up Plat as well. So Twizzler has a lot of angles on him right now. Actually, I'm not sure if they opened Plat even. Plat looks like it's been Mavericks, but it's not been opened up maybe? Question mark? But Twizzler here is he's trying to stay. He's trying to use those magnets to stay alive for the moment. He's going to try and pre-fire and get aggressive in the situation because he's being blinded out. He doesn't want to get aggressed on while being blind.
Yeah. More often than not, you have to make a play, and...
Oh, oil pit.
I cannot believe that Twizzler is alive right now. Wow. C4 from Oil Pit, as you said, managed to take down the thermite outside of the garage door. However, he already used both of his exothermics to open up that wall. So in terms of the utility, not much of a loss. But you have a man playing down inside of Oil Pit in tandem with a man on rafters. This is going to be difficult for Buzz to clear him out, especially since he no longer has nades. And if he wants to clear him out, Trist has to rotate over and waste and spend even more time trying to clear out the Wamai, who will quickly rotate to the other side. And it's another unsuccessful cutoff by Phantom Gaming. You have players, 2 players in fact, watching this position, and not only can they not take him down, they have forgotten TPA is inside of Oil Pit. Not even watching that player, Trist blissfully ignorant, and well, the bliss is short-lived as the ignorance ends up creating something that is not at all pleasant to look at or deal with. 4v3 right now. Garage still in their control. TPA, a triple kill for him on the round, takes him down. Achieve just cleans up after that. That round began, continued, and ended in Garage, basically.
Yeah, that was just... The C4 should have been a sign that there were roamers below, playing inside Oil Pit, maybe going up stock. But there was nobody, there was no response from Phantom Gaming. They still were trying to deal with Twizzler first, because I guess it makes sense. Rafters is a point of contention. But when you have roamers around, you should be more aware of that. And they didn't. It was Twist who just walks by and gets shot in the chest because it doesn't even look down Oil Pit because he's scared of the person of Twizzler on the rafters. So again, there just seems to be a lack of response despite a member of your team dying to somebody below you. And in the end, yeah, everyone tried to go for Garage. Most of them failed. There was a swing from Vinny later on the Zofia through Plat. But in like a 2v5, there's not much you can do there.
Nah, there's not. Just a complete fumbling inside a garage on all fronts. The rafters, Oil Pit, the site itself. Nothing went right for Phantom Gaming in that area. Thankfully here, they won't have to deal with it. Garage not at all a factor on Gym Bedroom. The problem here, though, Benny, was the kind of setup that we talked about that you and I were a bit weary of. Phantom Gaming, oddly enough, struggled to really find a true solution, especially after losing Giorno early on, who was only able to open up part of the wall. It was incredibly difficult to push through after that. They never really seemed to find an opening. Once they lost that first player, the extension was alive, the players inside a bathroom were alive, and the buck they had to open up down below, well, not only was he not a factor in that round, he's not even here this time.
Yeah, it seems like they were able to finally take control of construction. Oh my god, Twizzler just playing Swamp, just swings. I don't know if they made drone Swamp or they had a drone watching that, but he just loses. That's crazy. Great swing from Twizzler. Great shots to kill Diana once again. Buzz goes down early, like we saw in previous rounds. And now, again, they've cleared this roam. They've pushed these players back before, but they never proceeded past this extension. They always stop in, well, they always, but last time they stopped at cash. And then they try to rotate to a jacuzzi push and playing the windows inside on the balcony. But again, because like I said before, for that Joner died early, they could only open part of that jacuzzi wall, and there wasn't much to really play off of. And even this time, they opened it fully off of it. Oh my god.
A lot of shots expended by Triss trying to take down Traken, who was down, peeking the exact same angle he was previously. With Vinny gone as well, similar position that Phantom Gaming find themselves in, something I imagine they are not very happy they're in right now. Traken is, in all likelihood, going to bleed out, too far away for anybody to really rotate over to pick them back up. But Triss right now, by himself, outside of the plat wall. Cap, deciding he's going to rotate over. Never mind, he's actually moving in through kitchen instead. So big issue right here, Benny. Everyone from Phantom Gaming is split up. Nobody's playing together. Giorno's on one side of the map, Trist is on the other, and Cap, well, he's in the middle of them, but right below on a different floor.
As the Thermite just walking up main stairs, looks like they're able to just maybe try to grenade main stairs for Cap to push up, and he's made his way up the stairs actually. Great shots from Giorno and Trist to open up the round for them. It's 3v3. It's still even though. The rest of the defenders have to play off of it. Riot's first one to take out Giorno. Twizzle has a shotgun. He sees him, but he can't make the shots right away. But it's still a shotgun. It's still close range, and it's easy kill for him. Riot finishes off on the Cap, and it's a Esports to take out the round.
It was, I mean, Benny, it almost felt like a shot-for-shot remake at times for that round in particular for Phantom Gaming's attack. It was a little bit different. Traken's play wasn't, I mean, he got downed, but, you know, it wasn't as successful because he got downed. A little bit different than before.
Yeah.
But you still struggle to get inside of the jacuzzi wall. You make some progress on the CCTV and cache side, but it's barely any progress overall in that you just clear out cache and you're not really able to exploit much off of that. You lose 2 bodies in the process, and this go around, you don't even have the benefit of them being on the same side of the map. Before, at least, they had Giorno on the gym window contesting things. I didn't see Benny. Was he there?
No, he came from, I think he came from construction side.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so you don't even have Giorno on the gym window to aid in Trist pushing on in. He's all the way on one side of the map doing his thing. Trist is on the other. They both managed to get kills, but their position is still equally weak. They're all separate. They're not playing together. The closest we got was the Thermite and Trist pushing up main stairs, and there were still too many angles that they had not cleared. And since nobody's on the gym or the bedroom windows, defenders can play aggressive in that position. And once Phantom Gaming lost a fight, we were just back where we started.
Yeah, that's what happens. That sucks when you're already in a man disadvantage. You're trying to, you know, take ground in that round. Like, sure, it was great. They got those 2 kills, but you're back to being even. And like you said, they hadn't cleared logic. They hadn't cleared bathroom. Triss tries to walk up main stage. You saw the sledge try to push up or push through the jacuzzi wall and try to take the control of bathroom. But again, the shotgun against you, there's not much you can do there. There's nobody in the balcony to try and get your refrag. Either way, we're on to our next site, though. We're back to Church and Arsenal. And again, this roam last time was the biggest issue. It didn't go so well that first time when they played a site, but second time around, Phantom Gaming could not find a lick of success on that roam clear.
No, none whatsoever in that second attempt. Just everyone, well, again, as we mentioned, it wasn't so much that Achieve were creating opportunities and seizing on them. They were seizing on opportunities, but they were ones that Phantom Gaming exposed and allowed Achieve to gain some momentum. At the moment, nobody on the attack right now is trying to clear out that roam. They're all dealing with opening up this kitchen pressure. A drone settled in, Twizzler just shoots it and runs back. He's in a position where he's not exposed to that chain repel either, so he can do that with impunity. Minute in. The hatchet.
Somebody's not seen that, right?
Oh, I thought the hatch was soft for a second.
No. He was opening up the floor towards.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm hoping somebody on the attack saw him opening up these holes. I hope. Yeah, you know.
Hope is a fickle thing now.
But so far, it looks like Fancy Game maybe trying to bypass the road, but he does see the angle.
He went to go open up more holes.
And he shot him in the process. Hey, Buzz is going off this round. He's gotten 2 kills. He's not going to be the opening pick this time. He's going to get both opening picks to make do.
They just cleared out the roam, and they didn't even set a foot inside a second floor. What?
Oh, nice shot. Vinny takes out the guy in blue. It's going perfectly.
I wouldn't say perfectly, but it's certainly going in a way that Phantom Gaming will like. Another member exposes himself to the kitchen hatch mid-sprint. And now Morocco is in a 1v5. Sees a player on the long angle. Unfortunately, as the Zofia conceals herself, he'll try to rotate through Ash Wall. A good idea. We'll smoke Cap the moment he enters in. Unfortunately, nobody on the vertical hole sees him, but it's Vinny, all the way on AKs, who sees him in the end and gets Phantom Gaming a 4-2 half. And Benny, that round was odd. That was a weird one.
Hey, that was all planned. That was all calculated.
I am genuinely amazed that Riot was like, we're a minute into the game. I want to make floor holes. Like, okay.
Like Riot just kind of, I think he's being careless. But the second person who also peeks Buzz from the same holes.
Yeah.
And then someone
silly.
runs by the main hall. I guess unaware that kitchen hatch is open.
That was especially silly.
Yeah. And then the guy
also,
in blue,
it's not even like he was sprinting up main hall. It's a 5v2.
And the guy
are you just gonna run it though?
The guy behind the Jen in blue just kind of like sits there and peeks the angle, just holds it. And the guy just sees his arm and just shoots him down.
That round could have been played a little bit better from Achieve, I'm not gonna lie to you. But they still have a 4-2 half, Benny. Still have a 4-2 half, and honestly, that's pretty good on Clubhouse. You can certainly
that's to be expected.
You can rest easy.
It makes sense.
Yeah. This go around as well. I mean, we did see a roam from Achieve. It was a little bit different operators, what we normally associate with, but this is a much more a return to the mean, I would say, for the op selection we see on Phantom Gaming. It's probably the exact same lineup we saw earlier in the Shadow Realm game as well, so you know what to expect. There'll be an extended roam, some castle barricades placed on the bar wall, both double doors actually leading into bar. 2 players playing up top, in all likelihood maybe the Mozzie and the Vigil. Sometimes we like to see the Vigil play down inside a bar as well. It can really go either way. Depends. Depends what you feel.
Yeah, I think it just really depends on how much Phantom Game want to go head-to-head here. If they're trying to, take fights, or they're trying to actually hold off and make it difficult for Achieve, or are they just going to, at the lick of pressure, walk away? It depends. They could, or just retreat to that first floor. Also, he was with the castle barricade that doubled. How much? I don't know if I see that actually. The castle barricade that.
I don't I'm not casting the bar double door. It's interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. But look, Achieve looks like they're actually going to go head-to-head with this roam. So far, they're opening up open up the jacuzzi wall, and it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with these mute jammers first, because that's the first step, is dealing with these mute jammers to open up the wall in the first place. But Garage is the first for Achieve, as they're going to drone it out, see who's there, and take control of Rafters.
I don't know if there's anybody necessarily down below from... I think there might be one from Phantom... down below, specifically inside a lounge. There are plenty of players down below, but I don't know if there's anybody in lounge, so they wanted to go from below, they might be able to, but no, Cap is actually creeping his way up secret, so probably for the best that they're taking this from the CCTV angle, though minute's been expended, and actually one cooks a nade. Triss takes that moment to peek, but it might have just been a bait by Traken, though thankfully, Vigil comes away with a little bit of damage, but that is self-inflicted, and he will rotate off. That was probably the last possible second he could have stayed, considering the play that Achieve were going for. So good timing on Triss to rotate off, and you can see there's still layers to this defense. They'll try to pick that C4 back up, but it's lost. They'll just have to hope he can detonate it and get a kill onto Ryder Morocco, and I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, I think Buzz looks like he's trying to work off one of the drones he caught for his team to C4 someone, but unfortunately, and that's
what an angle.
Nice angle. That's a good angle. You see most teams opening up that wall and pointing towards main stairs, and unfortunately, Buzz he thinks he can fight back, but that's a hard angle to fight back from.
Yeah, that's very difficult for anybody to contest. Honestly, difficult even for the Buck to come away with. So, good shots by him onto Buzz, catching one of the defenders rotating back. The majority of them had already done so, and with only a minute left, even though you've lost Buzz and a C4 as well, still not a lot of map control gathered by Achieve. They have a lot, but they've not worked it very much. Don't have a lot of vertical holes, which they're now taking care of. Opening the kitchen hatch as well, but a little bit short on time than what you would hope for in this situation. 45 seconds left, and this is just now when the kitchen hatch is getting opened. Jornor also getting aggressive, so, well, I was going to say, he's kind of giving himself away in that position. That's exactly what happens. So you can make up for lost time by the fact that you are at a 5-3 advantage at the moment. Then you will finally get the first kill for Phantom Gaming, but it's quickly traded out by TPA, and it's just Trist and Cap left. One with the C4, it goes wide, so your only post-plant utility are the guns in your hands. Will manage to swing out, find TPA solo pushing in through blue. It's always a risky gambit when you try to make that play. With Riot failing on the coverage as well, they can deny the plant. Not only open up that wall, he has to drop. He was sitting on the hatch watching. He spots the head. The Vigil playing around the corner as well. He knows he can take up top and get it through the hatch, but instead he'll make this on the bottom floor. He'll try to run in through the rotate hole, but he might have time. He can't deny the plant in time. This is doable for Twizzler, and he does it! A freebie for Trist! If you had just ran up, he was planting below the hatch! But no, he second guesses and gives the round to Achieve.
The hesitation. Oh, but that round was just, it was so far, like, Phantom Gaming did what they wanted to do. They don't want to waste time in utility, which they did. That was the intent. They'd wasted as much time as they could, but Buzz, unfortunately, getting caught off later on in the round as he tries to pull that main stairs angle against the Buck, who holds that tiny hole from the top floor, from that master bedroom, all the way through that bar wall down the main stairs. I take that fight. Unfortunately, very difficult to do. He loses life. Still looking good, but the attackers are losing that time. They're trying to open up these holes, open the floor, get these hatches open, and create the execute. And while they're doing so, they're getting picks, though. You saw Morocco playing aggressive underneath the hatch. Kind of crazy. He peeks out, gets himself killed, and kind of gives it to a 5v3. And then you saw members going down blue stairs. 2 members going down blue from Achieve. I think it was TPA and Traken, I believe. We're trying to make that happen. Traken gets fired out, but is able to get refrag. But as soon as that happens, Twizzler, I think that's what I think Gino swings well, takes out Twizzler, so that blue push gets nullified entirely. Great job from the side of Phantom Gaming. But then still, that pressure from that main stairs, still people firing back, and they're still in the man disadvantage. They're trying to make up ground here and then put it into 1v1 with the Vigil trying to bring it back. But 1v1, he's planting because there's no time left, and the Vigil hesitates. He doesn't know if he should go upstairs or he should push back through Ashwell back into Arsenal, and he chooses the latter too late as he walks in and the plant goes down, allowing for the last member of Twizzler to win that fight.
Here as well, indecision is not going to do you any favors when you're down 3 rounds at the moment. On defense as well, not exactly. Clubhouse used to be a bit more defender-sided, now not nearly as much. Attack has a lot better of a time on certain sides. So Jim Better, oddly enough, it sometimes tends to break that trend, can sometimes break into the defense's favor, especially if you have it drone. CCTV and Cash, you see TPA not at all aware of the player picking that window. Thankfully for him, he takes a little bit of damage and the player then rotates out, leaving Trist the only one inside of Cash, but there is some support. The Conwell is reinforced and electrified, so I was about to say, if he's going to hold that position, it won't be longer for 45 seconds or a minute. That's exactly what happens, and now the focus is placed on construction.
Yep, now that's going the same work we saw before from these teams. They open up that jacuzzi wall, small hole, but now it looks like they're trying to full clear this construction side, this cash side, and looks like there's pre-fire and the door tank so doesn't swing for them. And I wonder, yeah, it looks like Phantom Gaming are playing it back until they're expecting them to take control of cash. And I wonder, are they going to be able to deal with this electrical claw, or are they just going to try and go from a construction from a different side, have somebody go to Logi hatch and deal with that player instead of Logi? Looks like somebody maybe from Achieve Esports is on the hatch. Vinny's playing inside of gold, just kind of run around the bathroom. And so far, this jacuzzi side is being ignored for the second. Achieve is putting full force onto this clear of construction into Logi, it seems like, which we didn't see from Phantom Gaming. They could control cash and they stopped there entirely.
Also do have a hole in Maiden Plat Wall that you can actually walk through this time, so that is a very good improvement that we like to see on gym attacks. But now, the Meat Jammer, an Arcade Claw electrifying that construction wall. It's still a bit of a risky position for Buzz right now behind the shield, but he can waste a little bit of time. In all likelihood, if he stays here longer, he'll start playing for his life. But no, he'll rotate out the moment those flash grenades go in. Smart play from him. The nade coming in soon after. No point in aggressing at all anymore once that shield falls. And 2 minutes wasted on this extension, you're going to be very happy about that if you're a Phantom Gaming. You actually contest the angle a second time and gets a kill off of it. Not how I expected that to go. But Twizzler's there, doesn't capitalize on the Wamai, but finds Cap rotating around the side. I believe that kill came from Flat Wall, maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it's still a kill. You even things up. You've minimized the impact of construction, and you still have presence there. You have TPA who can work that doorway. You have Riot who can work that window. If the plan is to get in the bomb through Jacuzzi Wall, and now that Giorno's fallen as well, it's a lot easier, but somebody else swings and somebody else falls. An effective 3v3 now that Twizzler's been dropped, and it's actually on the Logi hatch where the diffuser is coming from. Doesn't matter all that much because no diffuser planted today. TPA holds Mouse 1, takes down 2 in combination with another from his team. It's match point for Achieve.
That's to say, logic control is so important in these rounds, and it was interesting to see Phantom even never try for it, and Achieve do it well. They take control of construction. It was a great shot from Buzz, though. Buzz had a great shot on that Traken, though. That was a great shot, but there's still a refrag, so unavailable to stop that construction from being too much of an obstacle for Achieve. They pushed their way into construction, pushed away into Logi, having someone on the hatch too to help out TPA pushing through. And that Logi control is huge on top of having someone by Jacuzzi Wall on the windows as well. We saw right in the windows too. There's just those angles are needed, and we didn't see them fancy game whatsoever in their attacks. And Achieve are doing it pretty damn well.
Now going into the, well, I was about to say the final round, potentially the final round, depending on how this goes for Achieve. CCTV defense, Phantom Gaming. Big thing we've seen here on this site in the game so far. Well, actually, I was going to reference something, but I realized that was the gym bedroom round. I feel like we haven't actually seen much of this site overall, Benny.
I've only seen it
yeah,
once from the side of Phantom Gaming.
Saw it a little bit. But overall, it wasn't too much.
Yeah, only Achieve. Oh, Achieve only played it once.
So we haven't seen much of it. But going here as well. Obviously, the big thing you're always going to need to look at, and well, keep in mind, especially since you're playing against Achieve, right on the buck, this means that in all likelihood, I always say that, but then we always see teams not do that sometimes. What I would say, though, is traditionally with Buck, you have that vertical destruction you can do above you. Players inside of Cash not going to be nearly as secure, especially if they go down below to clear out that CCTV wall, since there is a cage charge on it. Depending on where it's placed, you might need to go below, in all honesty, to get it. You want to. Trist is accounting for that very possibility right now. Playing close on the secret window with a shotgun. Surely this doesn't work, Benny.
I'm expecting maybe a jump out is what Triss is waiting for, or waiting for someone to jump in. But
it's getting Claymore.
Oh, this is Claymore, yeah. So it really depends on.
Are you?
Oh, is he still going for it? You could still get a kill technically if you are fast enough to then look up before you hit the Claymore. It's still technically possible.
You silly boy, don't you go?
I don't know. He's really. Oh, yep, he does. And wait, did you destroy the Claymore? He shot the Claymore, then shot TPA. What?
Oh my god. Wow.
That's like when we saw Giddy jump in the bedroom window, shoot the frost mat, then shoot someone in the face.
Wow, that is, I just gotta applaud that. That was impressive. Opening pick for Phantom Gaming. You've taken down the Zofia. Not a hard breacher, maybe not the most impactful frag here, but honestly, just getting away with that. It was clear that Achieve were like, there's a Claymore here. He can't get that. And they got it. So now here as well, the Achieve have an opportunity to even up. Not only is there active intel on Cap, I was about to say, there's a player in logistics who is ready and willing to even up that man count. So he will find that kill. Cap, unfortunately, a bit isolated from his team. Not only is there no opportunity to trade, it's kind of a bad situation that Cap put himself in. So you had that massive play by Trist. It's now not all that impactful in the long run.
It depends. Killing your Zofia, not that big of a deal. They have opened up that plat wall, but nobody's playing for the moment. They seem to be more focused on getting open this, construction wall into sight. Jonah is playing the shotgun, maybe ready to smoke it out if they open it. Twist throw your grenade. It's caught by a magnet. Peeks through, doesn't see anybody. But so far, the question is, can they get rid of this electro claw on the con wall? Because they need to get that con wall open to push farther in, as they're not going for garage whatsoever. And we're down to, the last minutes. And so far, I don't know what they're doing. They're kind of stalling out here.
I was about to say, somebody just jump out as well. 45 seconds left. Go for it, I guess. The push has to come in somewhere. They simply do not have time, I was about to say, to take down the garage player. That's the very player who takes down Riot. Twizzler on the entry will manage to find Buzz. A second as well on a Trist. Surely they don't win this round because it was not looking good for a long time. Morocco getting choked out from the smoke. Quick peek by the shotgun, but it's all that's left. It's only Giorno, and he's not looking the right way. That changed hands about 4 times in the final 45 seconds. But the hot potato eventually lands with Achieve. Take the series 7-2. I believe I'm correct. Phantom Gaming out of the top 16 and therefore out of closed quals. Or, out of contention for closed qual.
Yeah, they're out of this phase, unfortunately. They tried their best. Decent running from Phantom Game, but Achieve Esports 7-2 on Clubhouse. I can't believe you just got away with that.
I honestly, that's really just, I can't believe that either. But Benny,
do you think he could do that because of a certain accessory?
I just simply don't know what you just said.
Oh no, I was mumbling there, unfortunately, but
that's fine. Hey, you know what we do have?
What?
We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not?
You know what we have? There's still games going on. So you know what we have? After the replays are done, of course, after we're done. Seeing what happened in that game, we are going to jump over to Gunner's stream. Gunner's perspective for his game, which is currently Mystic versus Goosick.
Yeah, we didn't cast this because it doesn't totally mean much because they're the top 2 teams.
It's number 2 versus number 3.
Yeah, it was like it's top 4 teams. They don't really. It doesn't mean much. They're still in the
both made
contention.
it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. So that's why we didn't cast this. But it's good. It'd be cool to see what's going on and how crazy these teams are playing and what's going on between Surf and Goosey. Because Goosey, yeah, again, they've been a team that's winning rounds left and right, winning games that we didn't expect them to win.
And also, it's going to be Gunner's POV, so you can bet that we're probably going to see some things that are outrageous that Gunner will just somehow win because he's that good. So yeah, there you can see
God,
Sean chilling in the bottom left.
We're in one shot, bro.
He's playing. He's making a play right now. Look, he's Thunderbird. Why would he be
Oh, he is
Thunderbird?
so-
I don't
he's
know.
so
It's
focused.
Gunner. It's Thunderbird on a cocktail defense. Oh, but it's a 2v5 right now. Does he get a C4?
Uh-oh.
No, he does not.
Oh.
Sad.
Wait,
Who's it
is
left?
this,
It's Gunner and who? Tones. I don't know if they went down.
Wait, no, it's Outlast versus.
Oh wait,
Mystic.
it's Mystic versus Outlast. I forgot.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
want to say, wait, this isn't
I
Surf
forgot.
versus.
Mystic just beat Goosick. Sorry, I'm stupid.
Yeah, if you said Surf versus Goosey, I'm like, it sure is Surf. This doesn't look like Surf.
Yeah, sorry. It's Mystic versus Outlast. Outlast, you're actually winning right now. Not something I
yeah,
anticipated.
actually, they're 5-4 on attack so far. I wonder what the half ended as actually.
Gunna, you can tell by his body language, very stressed about the game going on right now. I feel like I watched a chess game today, so I have chess commentating free in my brain. They often talk about the player's body language. I feel like I want to dissect Gunner's body language right now. You can see hands under his chin right now. Was to wipe his nose, likely from the stress of this game right now, that he might lose to Athena. Something he will certainly be clowned on. It happens.
The Mickey Seal team.
Exactly. Like Mickey CL team. About to take down Gunner and Sweater.
No, was he in sight? Is that how we all died to him?
Yeah, well,
Here we see a gunner in his natural habitat.
Gunner currently trying to find intel as to how his team somehow managed to lose that round. Of course, it's an important place because right now they're down 2 rounds. Must win 2 in a row.
It's match point. This is it. This is for all the marbles.
Ooh, he's scratching. You can see he's scratching his eyes. The stress
Oh, he's
clearly might be
stressed.
clearly might be getting to the young player. To show
Oh,
him.
look at him. Look at that frown on his face. Oh, he's just he's frustrated.
Rocking the Thunderbird 2 rounds in a row as well. No Maestro on the board. No intel. They have the Kona stations though. But it's Gunner. He has the spear. That's all he needs. He needs a good gun.
He's a spirit of beering. That's a lot to
Exactly.
use.
C4
he has
as
quite
well.
the arsenal.
Quite the utility loadout.
Oh god,
Mr. Gunner
he could
Austin.
make a play here. He needs to for his team.
He does. He needs to go massive. We saw the previous cocktail defense. It was a 4v2. And Gunner on the 2 side of things, with him and Tones last alive. What is to happen? How will this work? I don't know. He appears to be going for the same Kona setup previously. Is that advisable, Benny? Is that what are the Kona stations that lost them the round?
Is that advisable?
Is this a case of poor adaptation?
nah, dude, he's just about to go so hard.
Oh, going for the spawn peak.
Ooh.
Gunner looking for a kill on
Classic
somebody.
Gunner play.
Oh, fire comes out his way. They knew he's there.
Did he not just? I thought he just got hit. How did he not get hit?
I think it passed by his face. Like it went through the helmet or like the little cap that Thunderbird wears.
Oh wait, somebody's already dead.
Oh. Oh, yeah, no, remember I told you they team killed. Remember?
How is? Oh, did they team kill?
Yeah, no. Tones got shot in the face by his own teammate.
Great start so far. I actually didn't even realize. I missed that part.
Don't place it. They're on the window.
So
Some crucial information.
that is kind of
Wait,
crucial.
he's gonna
45
You can probably place
45 seconds in.
South window?
Gunner has instead taken a position inside of, excuse me, inside of the site.
I'm not gonna break that up,
Oh.
guys.
Laying on the cocktail side of things, but with a nice angle onto the skylight. If anybody puts their head right in that hole, Gunner can surely even up the man count.
You're
We're
take
gonna get
forever,
it.
bro. I
Will
have
somebody
to
from
go.
Outlast put their head into his sights? Just give him that kill. Somebody from Outlast. Somebody.
Only time will tell.
What is Outlast going for? Are they going for a cocktail take? They going for a...
No, newest is down below. They got to be going for a piano take.
Oh, it's yeah. Sweet piano.
Like the from Christmas side.
So someone might peek that. Someone peeks Skylight.
No, surely nobody peeks that down.
No way.
They're flooding. They're gonna drop sky.
Oh,
I
flashes.
just-
Oh, they're flooding. Apparently somebody
maybe?
dropped. Somebody dropping skylight. Gunner just rotated off. Gives up a key angle.
Is nobody fighting? Oh no, someone gets killed.
I don't think anybody's actually flooded yet.
Oh. Did someone actually drop?
Good spot, Gunner. Good spot.
Nobody actually dropped. Maybe because of the smoke, but there is one on New House. With Gunner will likely have to contest with. He'll start pushing up, catches the Yana off guard. Beautiful shot by him. Panic with a nade in his hand, simply cannot shoot back. Now, play from New Balk, likely be stopped in its tracks.
You're dead.
Oh, it's even up.
Another kill.
Oh, no worries. Gets a kill on Mr. B. It's now just 2 members on Outlast. Try and win this out. They're so close taking this round, but Gunner will not have that.
I'm gonna start speaking in a British accent now. Suddenly, he's taking a position inside a freezer. He is deep freeze, as he just
You
said.
could walk up white.
Kona
Snake's
station
playing my
taken.
wall.
He looks at something in the distance behind him, potentially looking for inspiration somewhere in the
Smoking up
room
shop.
to inspire him in this 3v2.
Little British
I'm
accent.
not holding your
Holding-
right
New
arm.
match, new match.
Holding the cigar door. He slowly pushes on out. One inside a bathroom as well. Nobody rears their head just yet. He sees the new hotbox player, but unfortunately whiffs a lot of the shots. Lands the ones in the end that are most important. Nomad in the
Just back up,
1v2.
Snake, your
Gunner
teammate's
flanking
pixel.
from behind. Exactly.
Nice.
Gunner's Pixel, but it's Snake in the end, who lands the trade.
On Binka LMG, bro.
Is that really a British accent? Like, you sound like partly British, entirely not.
I'm whispering right now. I'm kind of phasing in and out.
We're losing him. We're losing him, guys.
I'm losing it, dude.
I didn't know if you knew or not, but
Well,
Well,
Benny,
on to what
how would
could
you
be
rate? How would
good.
you rate their performance in that round?
Oh, that
What were,
was
what were the
yeah,
comms
Gunner.
like?
Oh, I actually wasn't listening to comms.
No.
I don't think we
Well-
either, though.
Guess we'll just drop that segment. Just ignore that one and move on.
I will say, despite the team kill, they still won the round.
That is true, despite literally giving the opening duel to them.
Baiting Rita or Dash goes on
They were at a man advantage. They literally handed Outlast the advantage and were like, hey, come get us.
You know what's funny? You know what's actually funny too? If if that bullet goes a little bit to the right or to the left, that'd be a 3v5. It's gonna spawn peaked. That actually that actually could have been the game right there.
Could have been.
Unironically.
Shotgun sucks.
But it was.
Waiting
It
for
doesn't
us
matter.
and baiting the
Was
whole
not.
round,
No,
thinking
we're
we're
on to
stealing
now
everything.
we're
If
on
we
to
play
reading
back
and
and win this
fireplace.
default
The rating and
trophy,
fireplace.
we
Gunner
win.
has taken up a new operator. This time it is Malusi. No Thunderbird this time. But see, Snake and Tones, despite being on opposite
Snake,
sides of
go
the
put the
leaderboard,
default
have
shit
the
up
same
top.
amount of deaths.
Stop being a pussy.
Standing,
It's 5-6.
10 each.
We got 3 more rounds.
I believe
That's
that
a
was
lot of
a.
deaths.
I think that was a TOS word they just said. Not
Oh,
a TO,
I
not
haven't
a
heard
TOS word, but it was a non-stream friendly word. It's fine.
Oh, it was a no-no.
It wasn't a bad. It's not a. It's there were worse.
Takes so much.
Oh, well, it was still like, yeah, you know, and just you frown at it.
It's fine.
He's the goat.
Gunner so far has been I'd say fairly quiet. And we
Yeah,
haven't
he's
seen-
not.
we
He's
haven't
not-
not only in terms of play, but also in terms of comms. We have not seen much from the young man.
Maybe he knows he's on stream, so he's only frustrated in body language.
Yeah, I'm putting down.
Maybe that's why he's so frustrated. He's like, I want to say so many things, but I can't.
I'm on stream. I have to be.
I want to
I have
curse, but I
PG.
cannot say the F word.
So many holes.
I have to be PG for the stream.
Exactly.
No one's over there, Snake. I have the
He's looked very much in thought the entire time. I have
He's
to
very
say.
focused.
I
He's
thought
very
I thought
focused.
he'd be a little bit more animated, but no, he seems very focused right now.
Yeah, at least it's not as bad. Some of those streams where you see how close they are to the monitor.
He's still kind of close, but he's framed well.
Yeah, that's
framed
not
well.
too bad. It's not like some of those streams where you just see the guy like literally has eyes on the monitor.
Shut the outside game. He might hop on that dining.
But so far, it
room,
looks like he's playing a sneaky position here in mining. But he's been throned out. He's gonna back off the train. And well, is Outlast actually gonna even clear the top floor? Are they going for maybe a horizontal take?
I don't know just yet. Some more shots ringing out through that softball.
Remember,
Gunner,
make these
minute in,
guys
Gunner
walk
has
to
yet
us
to
now.
speak
They are
a
going to
full
take the
word.
entire
He's
round.
deep in thought at the moment. You can see him biting his lip, sometimes grimacing. Clearly, in-depth thought. Look at him, pursing his lips right now,
They have done
wondering what the proper play is that he should go for.
I got it.
He doesn't seem very talkative.
No, he does not.
Droning train.
Oh, great angle
They're-
onto.
I think they're droning train.
Train.
Yeah, he's got a great angle onto someone if they walk through that fireplace.
It is actually a nice angle. That is kind of nice.
Oh,
Hush.
it's so big.
That's
Three games, bro. If there's-
Oh, drone hole. Fuck. That's on me. I should have been more
That's
aware.
incredible. That was great.
Once again, Outlast
Tones,
the, uh,
unfortunately,
opening pick.
not as aware as he should have been.
Kidding me.
I'm gonna
He's
just-
dead once
I'm
again,
gonna
opening
one
pick.
One kid, bro.
Or opening death.
Alright, I'm not gonna play with you.
Oh,
I'm on one.
Gunner,
No, he's
he runs out of.
actually free. I don't
Audrey
think he
throws an
knows.
impact towards train. Nobody's there though.
Ah, retakes the angle.
Oh, he knows.
Oh, he's waiting for somebody to peek through. Is somebody gonna get into his sights? Where is Outlast? Oh no.
Whoa.
Noise is dead.
We know where Outlast is. Newer is taken down. 3v5. God, come on.
So,
In hallway. In pillar.
They
In
opened up the
pillar.
wall.
Are you kidding
Ash is
me?
in pillar.
Badger, why would you do this to us?
Badger, why? 38 seconds left. Gunner's still holding
Dude,
this,
dude, it's gonna be
this
like they'll
angle.
execute and somebody's gonna follow it.
Joining up
I
pillar.
know what's gonna happen. I'm waiting for it to happen.
One that was holding
One player on the hatch as well. I think there might be. I'm not sure.
25 seconds.
The hard breach.
I don't have the sound on.
I can go, yeah, I can try.
I'm not sure if Doc can kill that guy above. It's not exactly an
he's
easy
going for
gunfight
flank.
you can take right now.
He's pushing up. Oh, but at the hatch at the same time.
Jump
The
on me, jump on me,
timing.
jump on me.
Oh,
Yes,
Pooch.
Pooch,
Why are you
bang.
following?
Thanks, Pooch.
Pooch! Chopper Master! What?
Did I just kill that guy? What? We didn't see it!
I can't see
Oh my
anything!
lord.
Come on!
I wanted to see
Close
the
calls
ending
tomorrow.
round!
What time is it?
Why?
I don't know. I think 6:30. Whip up the group chat.
Well, they didn't win. Fortunate, Team Mystic do in fact lose to outlast the opposition. However, I'm pretty sure they're both in close quals, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I
that
don't think it
much.
makes a difference.
Yeah, no,
also-
it's
a
honestly it's like
meaningless match.
Team
but it's
Mystic
still fun
aren't
to-
Team Mystic aren't second anymore.
Oh yeah. Actually, what are they? Are they third or fourth or?
I actually don't know. The record will be 6-2 after that match. Outlast will be 5-3. No, 6-3. Excuse me. So I actually
Yeah.
think. Wait. Is that right?
Yeah, let me look. Let me find the statistics. Let's see.
It's four.
Round 7,
four
they
best of
were
ones a day.
6. They were
That's
6 and
8.
1. So that'd be 6-2.
6-2. Excuse me. So they actually both have the same record.
Okay.
Depending on who wins, Team Mystic might actually not drop that far then.
It's always seeding at this point. Really, it's all it is.
Also, after that, we are only waiting on one game, Orion versus 2 Relax, before we can get the bracket to all of you.
Yeah.
Before we can figure it out. But before that, Benny, since that game is now over, we do need to thank our sponsor one more time. We've shouted out Mike and Ike's. We're going to go back to our favorites, a gaming chair company that when I tried to look them up, my Google Chrome crashed, and I've been too scared to look up their store since.
Hey, maybe if Gunnar was sitting in a Mavic chair, he would be less frustrated.
Maybe,
less
actually. He wouldn't be,
angry.
we saw a lot of.
Yeah, he was a lot
and a lot
moving,
of-
and he didn't seem very comfortable in his
No,
chair leaning
he seemed,
forward.
Benny, I think you put it exactly right. He did seem very uncomfortable, you
Yeah.
might say. A Mavericks gaming chair might very well have fixed that. Mentioned earlier how, excuse me, almost burped there. Mentioned earlier how a Mavericks gaming chair not only is built specifically for the comfort of gamers, but actually, on top of that, something I did not mention earlier, comes at an affordable price point. If you actually go to mavics.com/NerdStreetGamers and use the code NSG55, you save $55
Wow.
on it. And you can get a chair for as little as $24.69 a month if you pay in installments. That's actually, $55 off an order is actually quite a lot. That's actually a pretty impressive deal. I don't know if I've ever seen that much money off a purchase, like, ever from a code. So it's actually a pretty good deal. Again, both times now I've been like, I want to look into this. And that's what I want to do right now. After this stream, when I'm not at risk of pressing the letter A and it crashing my Google Chrome, I'm actually going to go take a look at Mavics gaming chairs because I
Still
need
wanna see
one.
what
And I'll
does that.
definitely use NSG55 to save $55 at checkout, and you all should as well. So thank you, Mavics Gaming Chairs, alongside Mike and Ike's as well, both of them for being the partners and sponsors for NerdStreet and now SCS Season 6, and so far, the Open Qualifiers, which, once Orion vs. 2 Relax ends, will officially come to a close, for the first one, at least, because we have closed calls tomorrow as well, right?
Yep. Close calls tomorrow.
I didn't mean right like I didn't know. I was kind of just like
Oh.
throwing it to you out of...
Well,
As
either
a
way,
courtesy.
close calls tomorrow. We'll be back in a little bit though with
Yeah.
the bracket. Once round 8 finishes, we can give you all the bracket and see who's playing against who tomorrow and what to expect on our close qualifier day tomorrow. So, thanks for sticking by.